Nvidia set to report first quarter earnings on Wednesday. Options traders tracked by Bloomberg predicting the stock will likely gain or lose as much as 7.4% the following day. That would be a lower level of volatility than what we've seen the last 8 quarters, with an average swing of over 11%. Joining us now, we've got Sean McLaughlin. He is All-Star Chart's chief options strategist. Sean, great to speak with you. I know you've sent over in your notes that if you were trading Nvidia right now, you'd be positioning for a neutral to positive earnings reaction. Talk to me about why that's your base case.
So what I tend to see happen when earnings events happen is that if there is a surprise move in the market, that surprise move tends to happen in the direction of the underlying trend. And there's no denying that the underlying trend in Nvidia and all of the quantum stocks has been up, coming off the Liberation Day lows. And so if there is any surprise, I think that Nvidia is going to be higher. I'm not necessarily predicting that we will have a huge pop higher, but I think if there is one to happen, odds are it will be higher. I think more likely Nvidia is going to have maybe a little a muted response, a little underwhelming response to the market or to the expectations, and therefore, as an options trader, I want to play this earnings event with an option spread that pays me whether the stock goes up, the stock goes sideways. Really, I just don't want it to go down very big. That's the way I'm playing it.
Sean, can you operationalize that for me and for our options traders listening? What exactly is your approach to that?
Sure. So I'm going to utilize an in-the-money call spread, a vertical spread that it consists of an in-the-money option or in-the-money call and an short and an at-the-money call. So what I'm doing is I'm leveraging the fact that there's a lot of premium at the at-the-money strike. So looking at Nvidia right now, it's trading at 130, in the neighborhood of 130. So I want to be short the 130 strike, but I want to buy the 120 strike. So there's $10 wide difference between those strikes. And I want to position in the options that expire next Friday. That's May 30th. That's the soonest expiration following earnings. And because I'm getting a lot of premium to sell that 130 strike right now, if Nvidia were to absolutely crash, I don't think it will, but it could, right? It could happen. Well, playing this event with an option spread, I will be better protected versus, say, a normal stock trader. If I'm long Nvidia stock and the stock gap's down to, let's say, 110 or 120 following earnings, I'm going to lose a lot more money had I been positioned in stock versus the options, because of the fact that I'm selling premium at the money strike, which really gives me a lot of cushion.
And my guest host, Hope Kane, has a question for you as well, Sean.
And I just feel, hey, good to see you. I mean, look, you know, you are well positioned on either side. I'm just curious why there is still such, I guess, or there can be pessimism going into this, especially because, as you mentioned, I mean, typically they do surprise. On average, it looks like the stock is likely to gain or lose as much as 7.4%, though. So where is that pessimism coming from?
Well, I think there's still lingering doubt. There's lingering, PTSD for what has happened in the market recently, and even today with what we're seeing with the tariff news driving, market jitters a little bit. So there's always going to be fear, and Nvidia is one of those names that everybody watches. It's on everybody's radar, and you're not only do you have people who are perhaps fearful and they're protecting their positions using options, but you also have speculators who are driving the prices of calls and puts higher because they're making aggressive bets that something may happen. And we've seen what happened with the quantum stocks yesterday. You guys were just talking about D-Wave and IonQ and Rigetti. Those stocks had huge gains yesterday. I mean, 20, 30%, I believe, is what I saw. And seeing the pullbacks that we have today in those names are only down 1 or 2 or 3% right now. That's a very mild pullback following a really strong day yesterday. So all of that to me speaks that the setup is there for Nvidia to at least not disappoint. It may not make everybody excited, and we may not see a 20% gap higher, but I think the market is positioning for Nvidia to be neutral to higher, and that's why I'm trading it this way. And yeah, are people pricing in a 7% move? Yes, it's a popular name. People are looking at it as a bellwether. I think it's more speculators that are driving that though than fear.
Okay, I like that. One of the fun parts about doing earnings and covering them is you see the initial movement based on just the first print, and then you get the earnings call, and then it does all kinds of things. Stocks will do all kinds of things. For me,
Yep.
Blackwell has been the key word that I've been listening to the past couple of quarters. With all of the deal making, though, in the Middle East and this new partnership with Humane, this Saudi Arabian AI company, is that going to be something that you're listening for in the commentary?
Well, I hate to disappoint you, Hope, but I'm more of a technical guy. For me, only price pays. For me, all the truth is in the price. And yeah, I could listen to conference calls and I could hear what everyone's saying, but they're a little bit biased, right? They're trying to spin a positive story and keep everybody engaged and keep investors happy. And nothing wrong with that, but for me, it's all about price.
Sure.
And the price will tell me what I need to do next.
But there are other people, other traders who listen to this and their price impacts you. So how many people do you think would be listening for this specifically, given like this is the season right now for tie-ups and partnerships? I mean, they just showed up at Microsoft's, conference the other week and talked about their partnership. So I think that's sort of what I'm coming from is that, yes, they're going to talk up that big game during the earnings call, but I do see that they're trying to show that there is potential beyond their current product stack.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Nvidia is the name, right, that everyone's watching. They're looking for clues for AI, for quantum computing. I mean, if Nvidia says anything that spooks investors, that affects the entire space. So yes, people are going to be paying attention. They're going to be trying to read the tea leaves and read the clues that are said. I mean, we have body language experts that will look into that stuff and see how people are reacting. I mean, it's going to be overanalyzed to death for sure. And there's going to be a lot of meat on that bone for people to analyze. But again, for me, it just comes down to price. The price is what will tell me where we need to be.
John, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.